Our next speaker is Miss Nicole Crance. Give her a warm welcome. Now, I need a little help with this, or a little patience with this one, okay? Nicole Crance Matienzo is the youngest daughter of Celine and Nelson Crance and is a granddaughter of Kirkwood and Udell Evans. She has one sister, Kimberly Crance. Nicole was born in Grand Cayman on July 9th, 1992, and has resided in the District of West Bay for her whole 28 years of life. She graduated as a salutatorian from the Triple C School in Matienzo, 2010, and went on to attend the University of Tampa to study in the field of communications, graduating with magna cum laude honors in 2014. She is married to her incredibly supportive and loving husband, Maxim Matienzo, who originally born in Camagüey, Cuba, and then moved to Grand Cayman at the tender age of 7 with his family in 1997. Nicole has always been an advocate for her generation, taking great pride in speaking up for the ones who feel voiceless, especially for those who suffer from anxiety and depression. This is a field Nicole believes that needs to be a top agenda item for government, she notes. People are hurting and needs to stop being overlooked and cast aside. Nicole was raised with a deep love of country, people, and family, and both she and her husband know they will raise their children with the same passion and love of these beautiful Cayman Islands that they possess themselves. Please help me welcome Nicole to the podium.
Now the time is drawing nigh, soon we'll have to say goodbye. Look, the sun is coming up.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Miss Lana for her speech again one more time. Good evening, West Bay West. I cannot emphasize enough how much of a pleasure it is to stand before you tonight to give my unwavering support and express my hopeful excitement for Mr. Mario Ebanks to be West Bay West Member of Parliament. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never stood before an audience and publicly endorsed a politician. In fact, I'm not typically someone that attends political rallies or gets too deeply invested into politics in general. Why? Well, I can tell you it is definitely not because I don't love my country. It is not because I don't care. It is because I am tired and I am angry. I'm 28 years old and I'm angry and tired. I'm tired and angry from seeing the same foolishness happen every single time. Promises are made. Politicians know you when they need your vote. And then the rest of the 4 years is nothing but greedy decision making that never has the Caymanian people's best interest at heart. Mr. Troy Leacock painted a clear picture of this at the last rally, if you guys were there. Ladies and gentlemen, loyalty is not a good enough reason to vote for someone. Being family or friends with a candidate who does not believe in the same principles as you and who does not have the same vision for the country and its people as you should not receive your vote. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Do you know what the number one question should be when deciding who to vote for? Does anyone know? Yes, sir. What kind of person are they? What kind of person are they? Questions like, where is their heart? What is their true character? How do they treat their family, friends, coworkers, women? These are the things we should be asking ourselves before casting our X on a ballot. A candidate should have the most amazing plans that you've ever heard of. You can just be so swooped up in all these amazing plans, how they're going to change this, make this happen, stop that, move this forward. It all sounds great. But if they are a person that you know cannot be described as a selfless or servant leader, does not possess genuine good and honest character, and most of all is not a person after God's own heart, you should think twice about providing your support. Please allow me to explain why this matters so much. If your representative is sitting around in the LA with other members of parliament trying to make decisions about our island and its people, changing this policy, creating this new law, etc., and your representative is not someone that matches the description mentioned before, I'm afraid to say you're going to have someone that's making decisions on your behalf that has selfish intentions with little to no integrity. That is why a candidate like Mr. Mario Ebanks puts my heart at ease, knowing that he has thrown his hat in the ring to be a choice of representation for West Bay West. By him doing this is a massive game changer for this island. For too long, politicians have been voted in to make a positive impact, to implement progressive and productive change, to preserve our Caymanian heritage and culture, and to be champions for representing Cayman at a national and international level. But most unfortunately, a lot of these visions have not come to pass. Greed got in the way. My grandmother worked diligently and faithfully in the hospitality industry for many, many years. She worked in the housekeeping department in most condominiums plotted along West Bay Road, and later on became an ambassador, greeting tourists by the cruise port, ready to tell them about her beautiful island. And anybody that knows the hotel and condominium management history in Cayman knows who my father is. A man that moved to Cayman from the United States to take up a job being general night manager at the Old Holiday Inn, meeting my mother while there, and soon after having a family together, joyfully receiving, gratefully receiving Caymanian status to this place that he called home. All the while dedicating what would be over 40 years of service in creating the Cayman-kind experience for guests that they will never forget. I have that work ethic and passion and love of country running through my veins. But honestly, the more that I get up and go to work, I keep seeing my home looking more and more different every single day. Cayman would be absolutely unrecognizable to my wonderful grandmother and my incredible father. How will my children be able to grasp the truly wonderfully unique way of life, culture, and beauty of this island if it is on its way to becoming another little Miami? Let me set the record straight. Cayman is not for sale. Cayman is not for sale. My home, my future children and grandchildren's home, your home, our home is being auctioned off to the highest bidder. And more than most of the time, the highest bidder is not even Caymanian. How dare you squeeze out opportunities for the Caymanian people? How dare you make it so easy for anyone to gain permanent resident status by just dropping a few casual $1 million for homes built on land that we can now never afford? How dare you? Now, I'm not saying we all can't live together, We can all live together in harmony and peace, sharing and enjoying this beautiful island together, Caymanian or not. That's not the point. But when your own people can no longer afford to live here, and the island is slowly being molded to suit a certain demographic and socioeconomic class above the needs of your own Caymanian people, there is a huge problem. Maybe if there was a little bit more emphasis being placed on voting for politicians based on their character, we may be having a different conversation today. A person's character is their guiding light for the decisions they make every day in their life, both in the public eye and behind closed doors. Mr. Mario Ebanks is a born-again Christian, a lover of Jesus Christ, and I don't know about you, but being called a Christian on this island looks different on a lot of people. The word is thrown around quite often, and to be perfectly candid, I think a lot of us are reading different Bibles. But Mario Ebanks is not only a man that professes his faith, but lives by it every second of every day. He is a loving and devoted husband. He is a brother and an uncle that is always available for family. He is passionate and caring. He is unbelievably supportive of his community and doesn't only talk about change, but does his part to implement it. Again, all with the Caymanian people and Cayman Islands as a whole, best interest at heart. Mr. Mario Ebanks has said before he doesn't have to run in this election. He doesn't have to do any of this. But the beautiful thing is that he has chosen to because it matters that much. Mr. Mario has said, if no one else is going to do the job, then I am going to place my bid and pray that the people allow me to help bring healing to this land. I pray that you join me in letting him be the representative, the MP, the selfless leader, the advocate, the change for our country that our district so badly needs. I pray that you meet me at the polls on April 14th and cast that X for Mr. Mario E. Ebanks with all the faith and love of country in the world. Ralph Waldo Emerson writes an incredible poem of what true meaning of success is. And one of my favorite lines is, to know that one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. That's called impact. That's called legacy. What footprints are we going to leave on this earth? What footprints are we going to leave in this country? Decisions are being made every single day by our present leaders, shaping my present, your present, and our family's future. Do you care? Do you care about what kind of life they will have here? Who will be our voice? Mr. Mario E. Ebanks will be our voice. He will be our change, and by God's grace and power, he will direct Mr. Mario Ebanks' steps and decisions because he is willing to receive that. He can do the job because he welcomes accountability. And he will do the job because he has answered this call, and whom God has called, he has already qualified them. I'll see you on April 14th taking the first step of change, voting for Mr. Mario E. Ebanks.